It says that stimulants cause long-term height loss,
Yeah.
specifically 1 whole inch on average. And I've heard this that stimulants can restrict growth before. Even coffee, I've heard that about. But an inch seems pretty significant. Could you tell me what's going on there?
Yes, this was perhaps one of the most interesting claims to dig into. When I went into the wider research ecosystem, there's been a flurry of research being published about ADHD and height. When you look at over 100 studies and you look at the association between ADHD and height at face value, you will see that there is reports of shorter height for people who are on ADHD stimulants. But if you put that in the context of the benefits that those same individuals are reaping from using the medications, it's really not even a comparison. I have to agree on that. I think I would rather take the benefits of less mood disorders, less car crashes, less suicide any day than a potential risk of up to 1 inch in height loss. Let's actually look at those studies that have examined the association between ADHD and height, and we dig into those studies. It's very conflicting findings. And so first, what we see is that there are some studies that report an association between ADHD and a shorter height. Then there are other studies that report that people with ADHD, if they stop taking their medication, they will grow an extra few centimeters or make up
Oh, wow.
that potential up to an extra inch. And I'm saying a potential up to an extra inch because the amount that's lost, it's no real evidence for what that exact number is. It differs based on the studies that you examine. And then finally, there are studies that just kind of go in a very different direction and think about it genetically and say, well, maybe people who have ADHD have a predisposition for a shorter height. When those studies look, and there are some really, really rigorous studies that have thought about it this way, what they find is that people who have ADHD were shorter before they started stimulants and they were shorter after they took stimulants. So all of that to say is that the evidence is very conflicting. I don't feel like the science is there to conclusively say that stimulants are the cause of shorter heights in people with ADHD, even if there is an association of losing up to a potential inch of growth.